While the world of Days Gone threw us into a chaotic dance with danger, hope, and heartbreak, there's one question on every fan's mind in 2025: will we ever get Days Gone 2? Let's saddle up and ride through the latest news, rumors, and tantalizing possibilities surrounding a sequel that might just rise from the ashes. It's hard to forget that original ending. For millions, Days Gone wasn't just another PlayStation exclusive. It was an intimate journey through loss and resilience, capped off by a cliffhanger that all but begged for a sequel. Fans have been relentless, their petitions, social media campaigns, and reviews carving out a cult status for Bend Studio's creation. But behind the scenes, things have been anything but certain. The last few years have seen major turmoil at Bend Studio. As reports confirm, Sony rejected an initial proposal for Days Gone 2, leaving the studio and fans in limbo. Instead, the developers pivoted to a brand new live service military shooter project. Yet, in an industry twist, Sony pulled the plug, canceling that game earlier this year and laying off staff in the process. But Bend Studio was not broken. Their community manager announced that despite the setback, the studio still has creative fire, promising to keep creating cool SKT and thanking fans for their unwavering support. In the aftermath, speculation erupted. With Bend Studio now freed from the canceled project, would Sony reconsider a Days Gone sequel? In April 2025, Bend Studio dropped Days Gone Remastered. Enhanced visuals, silky smooth 60 FPS, haptic feedback on PS5, and expanded content have invigorated the player base. The timing feels strategic, like the studio is testing the waters, gauging renewed interest. Industry insiders and leaks suggest Sony is watching closely. The fate of Days Gone 2 appears tightly intertwined with the remaster's commercial success. Massive sales and positive community reception could be the key to finally unlocking a green light for the sequel. Some reports even speculate that Sony and Bend Studio might make a decision as soon as this summer, based on remaster performance. Days Gone's co-director and creative leads have voiced candid but bittersweet commentary. One wrote a script for the sequel and shared concept art, but admitted nothing was official. Others say that unless fans keep making noise, Sony's stance may never change. Recent leaks revealed Bend Studio's internal debate. Some wanted Days Gone 2, others pushed for new territory. The studio's community manager recently tried to calm speculation, urging everyone to move on. But fans haven't listened. They've doubled down, flooding forums with speculation, hope, and reminders that the franchise has unfinished business. If Days Gone 2 does become reality, what might it look like? Survival mechanics could go deeper, more dynamic threat zones, a larger, more dangerous open world, and advanced crafting and base-building systems. Playable Sarah storyline, teased by insiders, allowing fans to see the apocalypse from a new perspective. Co-op survival mode. Imagine surviving with friends as hordes grow ever larger, pushing players' teamwork and strategy. Platform potential. Rumors suggest a PS5 and PC release, harnessing next-gen power for jaw-dropping visuals and realism. Story continuation. The first game's cliffhanger left Deacon and O'Brien's fates uncertain. There's fertile ground for a darker, richer narrative. So, is Days Gone 2 happening? As of today, there's no official confirmation, but the winds are changing. The remaster has given hope, layoffs cleared the slate, and a fiercely loyal community just might force Sony's hand. Bend Studio is at a crossroads, and the outcome could shape one of PlayStation's most unique franchises for years to come.